I was halfway through a late lunch at my office desk when my phone started vibrating uncontrollably. Notifications, dozens of them, flashed across the screen. Tags, comments, mentions. At first, I thought it was a glitch, or maybe someone had posted a funny meme in our college group chat. But then I saw the post. Name. Her picture. Her words. I cheated on him because he's boring as hell in bed. Not a private message. Not a drunken slip sent to a close friend. Public Facebook post. Visible to everyone. Our friends, our families, her co-workers, my boss, the people who had congratulated us on our engagement just 3 months ago. I froze, the sandwich in my hand turning tasteless. My chest felt tight, like someone had reached in and clenched my heart with an icy grip. She hadn't called. She hadn't texted. No fight led up to this. No warning signs that morning when she kissed my cheek goodbye. Just that. A sentence that cracked my entire life open in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon. When I got home that evening, the apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Her shoes were by the door, her purse tossed carelessly on the sofa, but she was nowhere to be found. I sat there in the living room, staring at the wall, my phone buzzing every few minutes with messages. Bro, is this for real? Hey, I'm so sorry you had to find out this way. Are you okay? What was I supposed to say? Yeah, I'm fine. My fiancé just publicly humiliated me in front of everyone we know. The sound of the door unlocking snapped me out of my daze. She walked in, scrolling through her phone as if nothing happened. No guilt in her eyes, no panic in her step, just the faint smell of wine and perfume clinging to her clothes. Emily, I said, my voice low but firm. She looked up, her eyebrows raised. Oh, you're home early. I stood, holding my phone out like it was evidence. What is this? Her eyes flicked to the screen, then back to me. A brief pause, 1 second, maybe 2, before she shrugged. Shrug. You saw it. That's all you have to say. My voice cracked, anger bubbling up through the disbelief. You broadcasted our relationship, our private life, to everyone. Why would you do that? She sighed, tossing her keys on the table. Because it's the truth, Mark. I'm tired of pretending everything is perfect when it's not. I've been unhappy for a long time. Unhappy, I repeated, my hands trembling. So you cheat. And then humiliate me online. Her eyes hardened. I needed you to wake up. You never listen when I try to talk about us. Safe. Predictable. And yeah, boring. I laughed. I don't know why, it wasn't funny. It was the sound of something inside me snapping. So that's your excuse. Not a conversation, not a breakup. You went straight to betrayal and public humiliation. She didn't answer. Instead, she walked past me into the bedroom, leaving the faint scent of her perfume trailing behind like smoke after a fire. The next few days were a blur. Half of our mutual friends stopped messaging me altogether. The other half sent awkward condolences, as if I'd lost someone to an accident. And in a way I had, just not to death but to choice. Emily barely spoke to me. When she did, it was with that same calm detachment, like I was the unreasonable one for being hurt. I couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her post again, the comments underneath it. Some defending me, others making jokes, a few hinting that they'd known something was off for months. On the 4th night, I found myself scrolling back through our old messages, the ones from when we first started dating. She used to send me goodnight texts that made my chest ache with warmth. She used to say I was everything she'd ever wanted. Safe, stable, kind. Now, those same traits were the reason she'd thrown me away like a piece of stale bread. I didn't confront her again. Not immediately. I waited. I watched. One evening after she'd left for drinks with a friend, I checked her laptop. I hated myself for doing it, but I had to know. There he was. His name in her messages. Pictures. Plans. Late-night confessions. It had been going on for 3 months, around the time we got engaged. I sat there staring at their chat history, my hands numb. Not just because she'd cheated, but because she'd planned a future with me while already building a different one with him. The next morning I packed a bag. When she came back, her hair still damp from a shower at someone else's place, I was waiting at the kitchen table. "I read your messages," I said quietly. Her eyes narrowed. "You went through my stuff. I went through our stuff. Because apparently, I'm the last person in this relationship who deserves the truth." She crossed her arms. "So what now? You want me to grovel? To beg?" I shook my head. "No, Emily. I want you to own it. To say what you've been too cowardly to say this whole time. You didn't cheat because I'm boring. You cheated because you wanted to. 'Cause it was easy. Because you thought I'd never leave." That got to her. Just for a second her mask cracked. But then it was back. Cold, dismissive. "Maybe I did. So what? We're both adults, Mark. These things happen." I zipped up my bag. "Not to people who actually value love." I left that night. For weeks after, she tried to paint me as the bitter one. The man who couldn't handle the truth. But the truth was I'd been handling everything. Our bills, our plans, her moods, while she was off creating a version of our story where I was the villain. I didn't respond to her texts. I didn't fight for the ring or the apartment or the mutual friends who quietly drifted her way. Instead, I focused on breathing again. It's been 8 months now. I won't lie, some nights are still hard. Some mornings I wake up expecting to see her there. Hair a mess, eyes half closed, mumbling for coffee. And then I remember. That version of her doesn't exist anymore. Maybe she never did. Last week I heard she tried the same thing with him. Grand declarations, reckless honesty, public drama. He left her too. Part of me felt vindicated. Most of me just felt tired. Because betrayal isn't just about what they do. It's about what they take. Your trust, your softness, the version of yourself that believed love was supposed to be safe. Sometimes I scroll past that post. Yes, it's still there. She never deleted it. Maybe out of pride, maybe out of shame disguised as defiance. It doesn't sting like it used to. Now it feels like a scar. Ugly but proof I survived. The last time we spoke was 2 months ago. She called out of the blue, her voice softer than I remembered. "I messed up, Mark," she said. "I thought I wanted excitement. I thought I wanted someone different. But no one ever treated me the way you did." I didn't say much. Just listened. Let her spill every regret, every excuse. When she finally asked if we could try again, I said the only thing that felt true. "I hope you find what you're looking for, Emily. But it's not here anymore." And for the first time in months, I hung up feeling lighter. Because sometimes, the strongest thing you can do isn't forgiving them. It's refusing to carry their weight any longer.